The pilot had already turned into a skeleton, yet his bomber was still carrying out its combat mission. Then an enemy fighter spotted him and began a fierce attack. But the enemy pilot was also nothing more than a skeleton. After detecting the assault, the bomber's automatic defense system activated. The turret turned its guns and opened fire, shooting down the fighter in a single burst. Soon, the bomber reached its target location. The ground's air defense system showed no response. The bomber released 4 bombs, which split into countless smaller shells in the air. As the bomber flew away, the city below turned into ruins in an instant. When the mission was over, the bomber received an automatic recall signal. In the wasteland below, a few blades of grass still managed to survive. 20 years after humanity's extinction, inside a crumbling military fortress, 4 commanders in the base barely showed any sign of life. Yet their brains were still connected to computers, keeping the attack programs running. Even without humans, artificial intelligence continued its mission, operating the autonomous war system. The commanders had become lifeless remains, and the AI, having received no new orders for years, took full control. It began to design new and brutal battle plans. Suddenly, massive chains began to move, loading high-speed bombs onto the bomber. Engines roared to life one after another, casting a faint light on the pilot's bones. But centuries of constant operation had drained the base's power supply. The remaining energy was not enough to lift the bomber again. The system shut down the commander's life support units, transferring all remaining power to the engines. At last, the bomber took off once more. However, the aged and decaying aircraft could not stay in the air for long. Right after takeoff, it was caught in violent turbulence. One engine suddenly burst into flames, pouring out thick black smoke. Diagnostics showed that 2 engines were severely damaged. Even though the AI did everything it could to repair them, it could not prevent the bomber's doomed fall. A flock of white cranes flew by, as if signaling the end of war. The system then activated the escape pod, ejecting the pilot's remains and sending a mission failure report to the base. Moments later, the bomber initiated its self-destruct sequence and sank forever into the deep sea. A few days after the war ended, the distant land began to revive. A deer quietly appeared, enjoying the long-lost peace. Perhaps only after humankind vanished could the earth truly become beautiful again.